Hi, Taurus. All right, where we left your person, they're going through a bit of maybe a little bit of a dark night. They're dissolving the protective ego, the part of them that resists the love they might have for you, or the love they might have for life. But we're going to take a look at the overall perception or perspective they have about the connection or relationship. Okay, yeah, look at this. We've got another, look at them breaking the chains of the ego. I think they've always known how they have felt about you. However, they've never really allowed themselves to admit that to themselves. There might have been all kinds of reasons for that, and reasons that really have nothing to do with you or your worthiness or value or attractiveness or anything. More to do with just their own inability to allow themselves to feel this love regardless. Like, we do that to ourselves. We all do that to ourselves, where we minimize our experience, or we rob ourselves from just letting ourselves feel that way out of fear of what people will think, or thinking we have to uphold some sort of image, or I don't know. Anyways, okay, let's see what else we got. Okay, well, that was fast. All right, we've got the Four of Cups and the Emperor. The weird thing is they were kind of stuck together. Like there was something. Is there something sticky on here? That's so interesting, okay? Like, the Emperor is a very empowered energy. But the Four of Cups is a very disempowered energy. So I think there was parts of them that felt very empowered by the love they have for you and this relationship or connection, but also very disempowered. Sometimes, when something doesn't fit quite right in our life, we tend to... When things don't fit quite right in our life, we tend to feel disempowered by it. Like, let's say they want to have this amazing relationship with you, but it doesn't fit into their life. So it just continues to make them feel like they can't have what they want. Like, if there's something with that, that they're still struggling with at this moment in time, because they're still moving this energy out. Like, it's not an overnight thing. It's going to take a little bit to process, but they are processing it, which I feel is so important. Okay. How are they feeling about you? The Sword and the Rose, clarity, truth, revelation. Okay. They're gaining some clarity on how they feel about you. And maybe it has something to do with just allowing, just saying, there's nothing wrong with me feeling the way that I feel. Why am I so, But I think there's also probably part of you that might do that with this person too. So and not from a place of making you feel bad about it, but giving you something to work with so you can have empathy and compassion to be like, yeah, I know what that feels like, right? Okay, and then with the relationship, new phase, renew, transformation, we've got the Phoenix, which makes complete sense. It makes sense with these cards that showed up in the main reading, where you're absolutely stepping into a completely new phase with this person. So whatever has happened in the past, look at this, unconditionally loving. I love that. Okay. Whatever has happened in the past does not matter. It had a purpose. You guys worked with it. You utilized it for whatever it was meant for your purpose, and your path, and you worked with it, but it's done now. The contract's done. Whatever that contract was that you guys had to work through, past life stuff, on an individual level, okay, that's done. This new phase is about to begin, and I think Spirit is just like, you just need to trust that, okay? So how are they on the inside versus how they are acting on the outside? So how are they on the inside? Okay. So we've got new physical manifestation on the inside. There is something alchemically processing for them, okay? These readings, I tell you, on the outside, they're discerning what they need for themselves beyond the people in their life, beyond this connection with you. They're like, what do I need? And that's exactly what you want, because you want to do that for yourself. You want to be like, what do I need? But things are moving quickly, okay? That's so interesting. But it's like, you'll need to, you guys are on such a parallel. You're on such a parallel with things. But I feel like there's sort of this inventory, like, I don't want what I used to want. What do I want, right? It feels like that, but the inside and the outside are starting to marry up. They're very much, it's not like, that's so interesting. Because I feel like they are, how do I put this? I don't know if they're necessarily expressing that they have other needs. They might be, because it's an outer energy. But I think they're trying to reconcile what they really want before they express it, if that makes sense, okay? Let's kind of see where their head is at versus their heart, okay? Because oftentimes we'll find these in separate places, but where is their head at? Ooh. All right, we do have emotional withdrawal, which this is like the Eight of Cups, right? So walking away from what no longer serves. But what I kind of love about that is they're no longer giving their emotional energy to people, to things, to experiences like that aren't serving them. Okay, so they're no longer pouring their emotional energy and their focus into the things that don't serve them. And I think that's a really powerful space to be in. Okay, even if it doesn't have a lot of physical action or physical outcome at this moment in time, they're willing to step into it. So where's their heart at? Okay, it's interesting how when I do these, yeah, we've got observation, we have coming together. Look at that, a caged heart. This one came out by itself, so we're gonna, okay. But really taking a look at where they've caged themselves, observing their lives, but we have a coming together. What I was gonna say was, it's interesting how I pull these. This part of the reading is always about you. It's always about the person inquiring, okay? These parts of the reading is self-focused. It's such, and whatever they're dealing with in the physical, which I find so, I mean, I could have asked like how they feel, like where their head's at in regard to you, where their heart's at in regard to you, but that's not how it comes out, because there's a massive, like real genuine transformation for a lot of these people that we're reading for. You might feel emotional withdrawal. They might be recognizing where they've withheld their emotions from you. We can go that route. But I just thought that was so funny that most of their focus is where they're at, even though you're not far from their mind or their heart, which is so interesting. Okay, what do they fear at this time? Okay, they fear that they may not be forgiven. So whether this is from you or it's from the people in their life, they fear that they won't be forgiven for the decisions they need to make or for the things they need to do for themselves. They fear that they won't be, that people won't get over it. There could be a fear that you haven't been able to get over things. But as I checked your energy, you're fine. They just, that might just be in their heads about stuff, right? So what do they actually hope for at this time? Interesting that we have home. Yeah, they need a more calm environment. They need a healthier environment. They want to feel at home. What do they actually hope for with you? That's what I want to lean into. Oh, interesting. They want to lighten the load. Not to burden you with anything, but they want to they don't want to be so stressed out about it, right? And I think everything that they're going through is going to help them not be stressed out about it, if you will. All right, so what do we have them zeroed in on at this time? What are they focusing on? Okay, yeah, they're focused on creating protection. Protected growth, which is interesting, and interesting that we also have forgiveness. So they could be forgiving themselves. They could be just moving into that softer space of just allowing things to unfold in the way that they're meant to. There's a lot of growth for this person, and I think there's a lot of potential here between the two of you. It may just not happen today. So I'm sending you so much love and take care.